Well, it's the end of an era, guys. Joann's, may she rest in peace. I took what I think will probably be my last trip to Joann's today. So I was hoping to spend a little bit of today's video showing you what I purchased and just kind of giving my final thoughts on Joann's. So let's go ahead and I guess get started. I think we'll go ahead and start with my final thoughts on Joann's. Then I'll show you what I managed to pick up and what I managed to get sewn up in the last couple of weeks, which, spoiler alert, is not a lot. It's hardly anything. So yeah, let's go ahead. Let me talk about Joann's first. So, it is really, like I said, it really is the end of an era. Unfortunately, though, honestly, I'm not surprised. I am sorry to see Joann going, but I am not at all surprised. Sadly, for the last 15 or so years, they just have not listened to their customer base. They haven't heard their customers. They had somebody in charge of like the fabric buying, part of the business, who didn't even sew. It was some dude who didn't even know how to work a sewing machine, which I think was just like a very bad move. Putting someone who has no idea about fabrics and fibers and like they don't have their finger on the pulse of the sewing community, which is really the community that made them as big as they were. So to put someone in charge of that who knows nothing about that community was a bad move, and I think that's ultimately what did them in. I mean, for years, we've gone into Joann's. First of all, they've got that whole side of the store that you just don't go to, the crafty stuff. If I want crafty stuff, I'm going to go to Michael's. The stuff is better quality, usually less expensive. So that's where I'm going to go. They had that whole section for like candy making. I mean, I don't know about your stores, but in my store, nobody ever bought that stuff. Anything that they had over there was basically just covered in dust because no one ever bought it. So that whole part of the store was just ridiculous, and so not a moneymaker at all. And then when it comes to the fabric that they did have, I mean, sadly, it was just low quality. When I was little, up here where I live, I don't know if they were a nationwide chain or just, I don't know, specific to our area. There was a store called New York Fabrics in the same location that Joann's is now. And I loved that store. My mom used to take me there when I was little, when she would shop for fabric for, my Halloween costumes or some of my clothes, things like that. And I just loved to run my fingers over all of the different fabrics. They had such a great selection, low end fabric up to, high end, high quality silks and stuff. It was absolutely, like I said, I loved going there. They had a small section of, yarn, things like that. But that was pretty much it. It was sewing supplies and, yarn, knitting and crochet kind of stuff. I think they had some latch hook and stuff like that too, because I remember getting some latch hook kits there. But it was all fiber arts, really, is what they had. And then Joann's came. They bought everybody out. And like I said, they put this person in charge of inventory that knew nothing. How many designs of polar fleece do you need? Nobody needs that much fleece. I mean, I live in California, and I live in a part of California where it doesn't snow. It doesn't get that cold. I mean, listen, I'm a Californian, so I think 50 degrees is like, it's too cold. But it doesn't get that cold where we live. We don't need 5 aisles of fleece. That's ridiculous. The fabric quality went way, way down. So much as far as apparel fabric goes, so much polyester. I mean, just so much polyester. I cannot wear polyester. I know I can't be the only one. It literally makes me break out in hives, which is not fun. It's also stinky. It holds on to the stink. I can't wear polyester. I do not like to be stinky and itchy, so no polyester for me. So I just really didn't shop at Joann's. And again, I know I'm not the only one. We want, as a sewing community, yeah, we want some affordable fabrics, absolutely entry level kind of fabrics. But we also would like a good selection of wool and cotton and linen and maybe a little bit of silk in store where we can go, we can touch it, we can feel it, and get an idea of how it's going to work for the project that we have in mind. And Joann's just, unfortunately, they didn't listen, which, again, rip Joann. I'm sorry to see Joann go. But again, I'm not surprised. So, rant over. Let's talk about what I purchased at Joann's. So, I went a couple of times in the last couple of weeks. My first trip, I got really only 3 different things because the deals still were not that great. Still, right now, they're not that great. I went today and they're closing like in 2 weeks, and their quilting cottons are still only 40% off. The last time I went, they were only 20% off last week, and now they're finally up to 40% off. And what I don't get is people were buying them at 20% off. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Why are you doing that? Like, that's more expensive than before they went out of business. I don't get it. So anyways, last week I managed to pick up 2 cuts of fabric and some snaps, and that's pretty much it. And I spent like about $60. So I picked up these snaps, which I think are super cute. They're like little flowers, and I picked up 5 packages of them. There are really only 2 sets in each one. I thought that there were 4 snaps in here, but there's only 2 sets of snaps. Sadness. So yeah, I've got a ton of those. I'm going to just toss them into my stash. I don't know what I'm going to use them for. I just thought they were cute little flowery little snaps. So I picked those up. And then I picked up a couple of cuts of fabric because I want to make some cute little shrugs, hopefully for Disney World. If I have time, that's what I want to do. We'll see. I don't know. But I picked up this kind of charcoal gray knitted kind of cable knit fabric, which I think is really nice. It is a rayon and rayon and nylon blend. So it's nice, it's soft, it's drapey, it feels real nice in the hand. So I want to, again, make a little shrug out of that. This is a great color for me. I did have my colors done. I am a winter, so I did pick that one up. And then after that one, I also picked up this pink color. Now this is obviously not a winter color, but it is they didn't have any bright colored knits when I went that time, especially like these kind of cable knits. So again, this one's really soft. This is a rayon blend fabric, kind of knitted fabric. It's really heavy. I got 4 yards of this one, 5 yards of this one. I can't remember exactly. Let's see, is it on my receipt? I don't know. Let's see. I can't read it, y'all. Yes, I got 4 yards. 4 yards of that. So yeah. Again, I want to make a little shrug out of that, and then I'm hoping I should have enough to make a Victorian cycling sweater out of this. I could knit one, but I don't want to do that. I'm lazy. So yeah, I got those 2 knitted fabrics, and that was last week. And I think those were 50-60% off. Does it tell me how much they were off? 50% off. They were 50% off. So not the best deal, but not the worst deal either. And then I went today, and again, I don't feel like I got the best deal on the fabrics. But I did pick up a couple of lamps, which I feel like I stole them. Okay. So let's talk fabric first. I picked up, again, knitted fabric because I'm not paying regular price for woven fabric. It's like the same price as it was before they were going out of business, and that's not my jam. So yeah, I picked up some knitted fabrics. I've been wanting to do some more sewing with knits, and I figure since these were all on sale, I think these were 60% off, that I would just give them a go, and we'll see what we think. The first thing I picked up is this super cute Halloween knit. I mean, come on, it's adorable. I think I want to make the I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, honestly. I do know that I want to make a society dress from Gertie's Patreon. So one of these at least is gonna become a society dress. But this is so cute, and I cannot wait to sew this up around Halloween time to wear that. So yay! I guess I'll just plop it down here. Then I picked up this rayon knit. So this is a 4-way stretch. It's this soft pink color. It is so, so soft. It feels so nice. Really, really, really excited about this one. Again, no idea what I'm going to make out of it, but yeah, picked that one up. And then I picked up this. Oh, I got 5 yards of the Halloween one. The pink one, they only had 3 yards left, so I took all of that. So we'll see what I can do with that. Then I managed to find this purple. This is one of those like performance fabrics. So this one is made out of, I want to say it's a nylon knit, and it's supposed to be moisture wicking. So it's nylon and spandex 4-way stretch. It's supposed to be moisture wicking. And there's no polyester in it, so hopefully it should be okay for me and won't give me too much of a problem. I mean, it's a decent fabric. It's not the highest quality, but it's not the lowest quality fabric I've ever seen. So we will give that a try and see how that goes. And then the last one that I picked up is this pink kind of micro rib knit fabric. This is 100% cotton. I'm not sure if you can see the ribs in there. Let's see, maybe this side is more ribbed. So this one has 2-way stretch, but it is nice and stretchy. It has fairly decent recovery. So yeah, no idea what I'm going to do with those, but here we are. And then I did mention that I picked up a couple of lamps. Now we know that good lighting is super important in a sewing room, and I have got lamps all over around here, but it is still not enough. I don't get really any sun from my window. I have a south-facing window in here, and then there's like another house right next to me. So I really don't get sunlight in here. So it's especially on days like today where it is dark and dreary outside. I struggle when I'm sewing in here to have enough light. So I picked up a couple of lights because they were extraordinarily cheap. This one back here is a new lamp that I picked up. This one was $24. $24 that I picked up. This is a Cricut brand lamp. And so it's like, got the LED, and it sits on your desk, and you can, put it down, put it up. I feel like I am like in the police spotlight here. And then it has, you can either do like bright white light or, cool, warm toned light, something kind of in the middle, which is what I've got it set at now. And then obviously, on, and then you can lower the light until it turns off. So yeah, that is light number 1. And again, I paid $24 for that, $25 for it. Really pleased with that. And then I also picked up an aught light, which I actually have sitting over here because I'm just trying to give myself some light in here. Of course, now I put my fabric there. Let's see if I can bring it over. Oof, so you can see it. So it is a floor lamp, and it's just one of these, these kind of lamps, a little aught lamp, with a kind of gooseneck neck. It's not super tall, which is fine, but I'll be able to put it over here, I think, in the corner and have the light, directed where I need to direct it. So yeah, that's everything that I purchased at Joann's. The second trip, I honestly feel like I purchased the lamps and got the fabric free. That is my that is what I'm saying, and I'm gonna stick to it. I mean, an alt white is usually like, 150 bucks or so, and I know this one did retail originally for $150. So I'm feeling pretty good about those purchases. The alt lamp I paid $49 for. So really happy about that when it's normally 150 bucks. This lamp originally retailed for 150 bucks and I got it for 24 bucks. So again, purchased the lamps, got the fabric free. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Let's talk about, the last thing that came into my sewing room, not Joann's related. We talked about this in my Disney Plans video. So I have received my last two Spoonflower fabrics. So that is Frankenstein and his bride here, which I think is absolutely adorable. Super cute. Can't wait to turn that into something to wear into Epic Universe. Very excited about that. And then I got my Tiki Room fabric as well. Super cute again. I am going to eat a Dole Whip in that and just live my best life. So super excited about that. Now, as far as finishing projects, again, I said earlier in the beginning of this video, I have not gotten much done. I have gotten this dress done, so yay! Dress number 3 for Disney World is finally complete. This is the Charm Night and Day dress with the round bodice, the short sleeves, and the flared skirt. I should hopefully be inserting some pictures and possibly video over here while we talk. I am very pleased with the way this dress fits. It is comfortable to wear. I have full range of motion, which makes me happy. It is a little tighter here than I prefer, but honestly, I think it's a function of the sleeves. I prefer puff sleeves just because I have more movement in them, but I really do like this and it's going to be super comfortable to wear in Disney. And yeah, it is fully lined. I lined it with a lightweight cotton that I had in my stash. I thought that I had pulled out my lawn, but I think I actually used my boil and not my lawn. But it's done and we've got it on our body. We're good. So yeah, I'm very pleased with this, and I have got my super cute headband on that I made this about a decade ago, maybe? I don't know, a very long time ago, when I used to work at an elementary school, and it was Storybook Character Day, so my work friend and I went as Alice and the Queen of Hearts. So she was Alice, and I made her a little teacup in Alice colors, and I made myself a Queen of Hearts in Queen of Hearts colors. So here we are. The only other thing that I have been working on is not finished yet. I do have it here to show you though. This is the Lydia Naomi Daisy frock bodice. So I was just making the bodice to start with on this one. I think it will look very cute once it's done with my picnic skirt from Gertie. That I have hanging up in my closet upstairs. So yeah, this is almost finished. Obviously, I need to stitch down the neck facing. We'll get that stitched down so that I can put the elastic in there, and then I need to put the elastic casings around the waistline so I can put that, bring that all in and then try it on. Once I try it on, if I'm happy with it, then I will go ahead and get started with the actual fabric that I plan to use, which is I think I have it back here. It is the Sword in the Stone fabric. Oh yes, I've got it right here. It is this. So I think that will make a cute daisy frock. So as long as that works out well, I will go ahead and get this cut out and we will get started. And hopefully I will also be able to sew up the mock-ups for these two. I've got them cut out. So this is the Sabrina bodice. So I'm just going to be using the bodice from this pattern. This is again from Gertie's Patreon. And I'm going to be pairing that with the Ingrid skirt, which again, also from Gertie's Patreon, looks like that. I'll be using short sleeves and I may switch them out for a puff sleeve, but short sleeves and the what do you call it? What am I trying to say? Inseam pockets. I don't want to have applied pockets on this one. In Disney, I prefer to have my pockets to the side where they're kind of more protected. So that is everything that I have been doing, have purchased. All of the things. So yeah, that is all of the things. I am going to go ahead and go. Let's see if I can get this edited. This actually, I'm filming it on Thursday, so we'll see. Maybe I can get it edited and uploaded for tomorrow. Maybe I'll be able to do that today. I don't know. We'll see. And then I need to get jamming on my sewing, so hopefully I'll have clothes to wear when I go to Disney World. I want to thank you guys all so much for hanging out with me today, and just for, you know, like I said, just for spending some time with me. I would love to hear your thoughts on what you think happened with Joann's, if you think I'm onto something with them not listening to their customers, or if you have a different reason for why you think they closed. I would love to hear your thoughts on that. I'd also like to hear your input about the dress I'm wearing. I really like it, but when I wear it without a belt, I don't love it quite as much. And so I'm thinking I want to make a fabric covered belt, or I could just buy a red leather belt, narrow leather belt to wear with it. Anyways, thoughts would be great. If you Yeah, so I'd love to hear those down below. And I really, like I said, especially love to hear your thoughts on Joann's, what you think happened there. If you did enjoy today's video, I would appreciate it if you would go ahead and hit that like button. And also, if you wouldn't mind hitting subscribe, I'd love to have you stick around. I do try to post every Friday. Sometimes I'll post a midweek video as well, depending on how things are going. And I am sometimes to be found over on Instagram, but not always, at Historically Fashioned. So same thing, I am here. And again, wherever you are in the world, I hope that you find some time to get into your creative space, make something beautiful, and have a wonderful, wonderful day and a wonderful week. Until next time, bye.